Hi, welcome back to another episode of Rockstar Reactions, Rockstar 2800, your host, the most hated, the most opinionated, the most underrated. You know the truth. Like, comment, subscribe right now if you haven't already become a member. Yes, turn on your notifications, hit that bell, follow Smut Free TV on IG, hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And you know we got the hottest content in these internet streets, no cap. All right, let's get into this right here. Adam and Wack finally turned their back on Luce Cannon. Well, Wack been turned his back. Adam has joined the bandwagon. Yes, on the Adam and Wack show, they finally turned Luce Cannon's TV off. In their words, not mine. But we're gonna see, the end result, how long this gonna last, and if they're standing on business, Wack, he don't care. He'll turn on anybody. But Adam then sent Adam, if him joining the bandwagon is like it's always third, fourth party with him because he never understands the full disclosure of what's going on. He always acts oblivious to it. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what's happening in this clip. Let's see if he's standing on business with Luce Cannon. He finally believes all the lies in this lie after lie after lie after lie. And let's see if he finally admits that, maybe it was over-exaggerated a little bit. So let's go. Let's get into this right here. Adam and Wack talking about Luce Cannon. Let's go.
Okay, Academic says accused No Jumper of being a Fed platform.
Yeah, I called him today.
And now, in the Fed paperwork, and obviously we love the work that Academics does, so it's all good. But his interview with Dirk
is being used
in the federal charges against Dirk.
I asked Act today, so that makes you a Fed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I said you want to ask the question. Dirk, you asked the question. So how do you feel about the people saying slide for bond?
Right, which is not that bad of a question. I mean,
bullshit.
It's easy to imagine a way that Dirk could have answered that question that would not have completely incriminated himself.
Sliding for anybody,
right?
We know what that is determined.
But it was a very consistent meme. Your client, 6ix9ine, even put it in his music video, really trying to taunt Lil Dirk.
Yo, so why you call 6ix9ine my client?
That's your boy.
No, I with 6ix9ine.
You canceled a trip to Miami because 6ix9ine wasn't going to be there.
I canceled the trip because it was supposed to have been at his spot, and he ain't answering the phone. And I'm not one of these dudes to get excited about. I don't give a fuck about. You know how many times I've been to Miami?
All I'm saying.
I'm not just showing up and then I'm walking around South Beach. No,
there's no bigger name who more heavily pushed the slide for Vaughn thing than 6ix9ine.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
and 5 million
that
comments.
ain't got nothing to do, and he never responded to 6ix9ine. Academics, and I told him, look, bro, you asking him something that's directly associated to a murder. He said, Wack, at the time, we thought dude got killed over a bad drug deal. You right, but you still know sliding for anybody means, did you put some work in behind him?
But all that
so why would you
was asking about, all Ag was saying was, how does it make you feel when you see people leaving those comments? He wasn't saying.
Yeah, so I guess, I hate when No Jumper do this. It's just a run along clip before actually what the title is. You understand? But basically, Academics called them a Fed platform, which I agree. It's becoming that. And even Adam knows that. He's even said himself that artists are scared to come up there. Artists are scared to do business with him because of all the controversy. So,
do those comments make you feel like you need to get revenge by murdering someone?
That's exactly what he was getting to.
Not really. He didn't actually say that.
Fool.
You want to watch
How does that make you feel?
Because if I'm Dirk, you know what I say?
You're not Dirk. You're a white guy.
I know, but if I'm Dirk.
We're talking about the mind of a black man.
This was how I say, as Dirk, as the guy who ordered a bunch of murders, I'm going to say, I don't even read the comments. I don't even know what they be saying. I don't pay attention to that
here goes
shit.
the thing. My thing
I care about my family,
my thing,
God,
listen,
my kids, my girl, Duty Low. I don't even read the comments.
My thing to
That's
act.
what a player says.
This is my thing to act.
What Dirk said is what you say if you want people to think that you're capable of revenge killings.
I'm not going to even say that. What I'm going to say is this, because you still doing the bullshit. What I'm going to say is this.
I'm keeping it real.
What I'm saying is this.
You trying to cover.
I'm telling Act. Why even ask you?
Why even ask it?
I mean, that's what he say about us.
He's an interviewer.
Okay, that's my point. So why when we fucking ask questions, it's a problem. We the feds. So if we the feds, he the feds.
I agree, we're not the feds.
Yeah,
but I also think he's not the feds.
Yeah,
but if we're the feds, then he's for sure the feds.
What I'm saying is, like, we ask him some real shit. I'm gonna be real. A lot of our guests, they just tell us.
Oh yeah.
They just start rambling, and then we ask them questions based off what they have already said. We didn't have no questions keyed up for dude when he was here.
But that's the thing is that,
you know what I'm saying?
Many people have called Bricc Baby a snitch for what he said on No Jumper.
He said some bullshit.
It was an episode with Flacco and Bricc Baby. Flacco basically said
some bullshit.
Yeah. Bricc Baby basically 1-to-1 said the same thing that Dirk said in that clip.
Yeah, he said some bullshit. But
Bricc Baby's on the outside, allegedly, hopefully. So he can say that. But even him being a friend or an associate of Dirk, kind of weird for him to say that. But then Dirk doubles back and basically says the exact same thing. I guess. All right. Either way. Another thing that Dirk did or didn't do was he didn't show up to the live stream with Luce Cannon and Sharice Mills. They set up a live stream and they promised that both Aaron the Plumber and Dirk were going to be featured on this live stream. And neither of them showed up. Spoiler. This is when I realized that now that you are no longer providing.
No. So they promised Dirk and Aaron the Plumber. That's a weird combination.
Providing a foundation for their clout chasing. I'm not really involved. Academics even has said that he's not really interested in making too much more content with Luce.
It's over with.
I mean, we could go take a look, but it seems like the spigot of clout that they were enjoying for a little while there really might have been turned off. What's this? Okay. Luce Cannon lets Aaron the Plumber know him and Bubble Butt is really beefing. Stand on everything. Okay. They keep calling you Bubble Butt. It's like a big thing with them.
That's some gay shit. He never did it on the street.
Yeah, you got to feel for him because for a while it was almost like Luce Cannon didn't really even care about the Fed case because he was getting so much clout from it.
Dude's weird, bro.
And it feels like that has really kind of come to
pick that drive up though today.
What drive?
But now he weird. Now dude weird. When you was praising him, this my homeboy. This is, that's my business partner. That's my man. Now dude weird. Now all of a sudden he weird to you. That's crazy.
Yeah. He came in for
the
PI.
GG drive.
No. Came in for my PI.
You have a PI collecting more information about Luce?
That's a fact.
Oh, shit. Well, that's exciting. But anyway, yeah, it just feels kind of weird. Like, damn, that shit dried up. And now they trying to, I mean, Luce and Aaron the Plumber, they were working together and then fell out. And now apparently Luce is going back to trying to make that happen again. But, Luce is somebody who's not really.
Dude's a rat.
He's not going to be able to maintain a consistent amount of attention unless he's attaching himself to other people who have more attention than him.
Bro, at the end of the day, listen, man. Listen. People can lie to themselves for whatever they want to do. Me personally, I don't see it. I don't hear it. If you want to talk about me, great. You've been talking about me for 5 years, even before I knew who you was, right? At the end of the day, it's a whole lot of people could talk about. We could talk about you told me your mama, who was with the pastor dude in Texas, right? How she robbed him and bit down on his manhood and he kicked her out the house.
Big down? What's that?
Bit
down. Oh.
We could talk about how You called me on the three-way for whatever reason with the sister auntie, and they're telling you she got to get out the house. I think she's trying to flirt with my man, and she's argumentative, and she's doing this, and she's unclean. We could talk about all kind of shit. I just choose not to talk about it. You know, so at the end of the day, you know, I'm gonna let them do their thing, whatever their thing is they doing. You know, in life, storms come, you weather the storm, you deal with it. Me personally, they ain't part of my conversation. They say they bigger than, they said they did it all on their own. So shit, keep doing.
It seemed like he kind of hurt. Like he had a friend, and now it's just like, well, or maybe because Big U was his friend, so he was definitely hurt from whatever their situation was, and then he allowed himself to open up again and bring Luce in, and now it's the same dynamic, right? He seems kind of hurt. I mean, do you hear he not rah, oh, this, that. It's just like, oh, you know, we could talk about this, you know. Because I feel like Luce and them maybe know a little bit more. So maybe that's why he don't go that hard, and that's why he's holding back. Because Luce and them haven't really revealed their hand yet. You know, it's all fun and games. You know, Luce gonna poke at it. But this is quite interesting, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just notice the body language. You know, Adam said he's done with it. He says academics doesn't plan on doing no more content with him. We already know that's because of Wack, though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what y'all think? It has been kind of quiet in these YouTube streets, though. You know what I'm saying? Since Luce, Bricc, all them been in jail. They try to keep it up maybe a month after, you know, but now it's just silence. We don't hear nothing. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think? What's y'all thoughts? Y'all hop in the comments. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Is Adam and Wack switching sides on Luce now? They finally cutting ties with him. Now that he's in jail and they feel like the content is drying up. Is Wack scared of Luce in a way? Because the body language, you know, it just seemed like maybe Luce has something on Wack. Because Wack's trying to insinuate he has more on Luce, but it's not adding up. I don't know why. Y'all let me know, though. You know, am I tripping or what? Stay tuned for more Rockstar reactions. It's your host, Rocstar 2800, most hated, most opinionated, most underrated. You know the truth. Like, comment, subscribe right now to this channel if you haven't already. Become a member. Yes, turn on your notifications. Hit that bell. Hit that bell, y'all. Follow Smut Free TV on IG. Hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And you know we got the hottest content in these internet streets. No cap. All right? DM for promo. If y'all need promo, DM for promo on my IG. I will answer. Stay tuned for more.